we talk about a little bit of our health, because I have talked to a few doctor friends of mine, and they tell me that the best time to take water is during the morning.
Sure.
When you wake up, when your stomach is empty, that is the best time to take some water. And today we have this liter of water from Regis Premium Water, pure drinking water. It is so crystal clear and it looks absolutely amazing. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
I already feel thirsty. It's a good thing we have water with us.
Sure. And water is something you should take every part of your day. Like, this is 1 liter. You should take 2 of this per day and make sure it is Regis Premium Water. Indeed.
Now, I have with me the Daily Nation as always, and Wairimo will be taking you through the Standard. Now, on the headlines page, there are quite a few stories, and the main one is Uhuru Raila reveals secret poll shocker for aspirants. This is a story that continues on page 4, and it is basically talking about what will happen, what may happen come the party nominations that are set for later on in the year, before, so that now they can select the people who will be the flag bearers of the Azimio la Umoja movement.
I have the Standard newspaper, and it has several headlines. The major headline being Ruto's name looms large at ICC trials, and there's a short one there that says big man shadow, details of bravery, threats and intimidation against witnesses emerge in Paul Gicheru's trial at The Hague. Name of DP crops up as prosecution lays out case. That story is on page 6 and 7 of the Standard newspaper. And another story that is on page 4 is the new Mudavadi aggressive and assertive. That is a story we'll also be checking out, as well as Sabina loses round 1 of rigging case.
Still on the story of ICC, Daily Nation has titled that story "Ghosts of Hague for Ruto." Witness tampering trial. The deputy president might be several thousands of kilometers away, and it is almost 6 years since his case at the International Criminal Court in The Hague collapsed. But he remains the star of the ongoing trial of Kenyan lawyer Paul Gicheru. That is a story that is on page 7. Then there is a story on health, why you should go slow on paracetamol. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people should read, because there have been these rising cases of deaths that are occurring because of our resistance to medication. And this is something that I suggest that everyone reads. That is a story that is happening on page 10 of the Daily Nation. New study suggests that long-term use of popular painkiller, especially to manage hangovers, could lead to serious health complications, including liver and kidney ailments. And then a story on page 3, first Kenyan to go public on HIV status dies at 63. I can imagine the kind of stigmatization that this man lived through when he first came out with his HIV status.
Sure. He said he was HIV positive when HIV was not known in the country, or when it was in the initial stages where there was a lot of stigma, there was a lot of hate. However, his coming out came as a good way to tell people that, hey, HIV is there, it is not a death threat for you, and you can survive through it.
And indeed, he played a vital role in the fight against the stigmatization of those living with HIV and AIDS.
Sure. Checking out on that story on page 6 and page 7 of the Standard newspaper is about DP Ruto and ICC. And according to writer Kamau Muthoni, IECC deputy prosecutor says Gicheru is responsible for offenses against administration of justice. Prosecution claims team was armed with army and with money and promises to cause mass walkout of witnesses in Ruto's case. So this story basically tells what happened to DP Ruto's case on ICC. You remember that they went to ICC together with Uhuru Kenyatta. However, Uhuru Kenyatta was acquitted. So now we have DP Ruto on still on ICC, and according to this story, what happened, what had been offered, court told, was between 1.5 million and 2.5 million. According to prosecutor, witnesses tampering commenced early in 2013 and continued. So basically what they are trying to say is that Ruto kind of bribed the witnesses to walk out of the case. However, this is still ongoing, and well, this story is coming back at such a time during elections, then I know there could be political drive behind it, and we only hope that the case cannot be like connected to elections and be a free judicial kind of a case. Yes.
And it's interesting the amount of money that the witnesses were offered.
Yes, there is a chart there depending from witnesses number 1 to witnesses number 8, and how much each was offered. And James Stewart, who is the deputy prosecutor, said immediately following his meeting with P0613 and P0495 was intercepted and interviewed under condition by OTP investigators. It's a wide story, and it's on page 6 and 7. You'd want to grab that and get into more details about that.
Yes, now on the story about Uhuru Raila Sikh pollsters' help with Azimio primaries dilemma. There is a bit of an inset there with the people who are in what parties that are in the Azimio. There is Party of National Unity, Peter Munya. There is Upia Movement, Ukur Yatani, the United Progressive Alliance, Fred Matiang'i, the Democratic Action Party of Kenya, Eugene Wamalwa, National Alliance, Rainbow Coalition, Charity Ngilu. Excuse my Kikuyu, the L and the R. Charity Ngilu, Maendeleo Chapchap, Alfred Mutua, Ubuntu People's Forum, Lee Kinyanjui, Kenya Union Party, John Lonyangapuo, Pamoja African Alliance, Amason Kingi Devolution Empowerment Party, Kiraitu Murungi, and Muungano Party of Kenya, Professor Kivutha Kibwana. Now, it says that the study will assist us to manage sibling rivalry. There will be an Azimio candidate for all positions, Mr. Murithi told The Nation. A source in Mr. Odinga's camp added, this is the surest way to present popular candidates and curb violent protests from disputed primaries. Nominating popular candidates will end this negative tradition in our primaries. Well, we do wish them all the best. Again, the time when the party primaries comes along is when we get to see the worst side of our politicians, because at the time there is a lot of talk of betrayal and a lot of moving from one camp to the other. But let's see whether this strategy will work for the Azimio movement. The aim is to have a supermajority in parliament that will push through the coalition's agenda. Should Mr. Odinga win the election, apart from Orange Democratic Movement and Jubilee, there are many other parties in Azimio. These other many parties are the ones that I mentioned earlier on, and the ones that are in the snippet on page 4 under that story.
It's something we look up to see. Well, yesterday was a busy court with Wafula Chebukati, who is IEBC chairman, and women rep Sabina Chege, or Murang'a County women rep Sabina Chege. And pictured there on page 12 of the Standard newspaper, we see Murang'a women rep with Senator James Orengo and MP Otiende Amolo, who are part of her defense team, and other leaders at the IEBC offices at Anniversary Towers, Nairobi, yesterday. Yes, pictured there is the mentioned, and women reps legal team led by Senator Orengo argued that IEBC was overreaching its mandate. Well, what's happening here is allegations of Sabina said something of votes being stolen, and it didn't augur well with IEBC. So Wafula Chebukati, who is IEBC chair, said that this is against the Electoral Code of Conduct. And so yesterday the Electoral Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee has jurisdiction, and the committee is legally seized of the matter. The preliminary objection is dismissed and the matter proceeds to a full hearing. So what basically happened is that after Sabina and his legal team went to IBC offices over this matter, they failed to get to terms, and IBC chairman Wafula Chebukati said he will not pardon Sabina over what she said. Rather, they will have a full hearing on the court. The story proceeds to the courts.
And in my opinion, this is how it should be. This is how things should be done. You know, our leaders should not be allowed to get away with just about anything that they say.
Sure.
There should be consequences. Now, still on the political front, release report on KEMSA scandal, Ruto dares Uhuru. This is still on the battle of words that is between the president and his deputy. And the DP now says, addressing supporters in Kajiado yesterday, the DP alleged that the Orange Democratic Movement leader Raila Odinga, the presumptive candidate of the Azimio la Umoja movement in the August 9th general elections, has benefited from the scam. The opposition has failed you. You, into quotes, Mr. Odinga, came and participated in the looting and corruption. You stole even from KEMSA. You have no authority to discuss corruption in government, Dr. Ruto claimed in a Kenya Kwanza Alliance rally in Kimana, Kajiado South. I think this is in response to what has been the Azimio la Umoja people have been saying about the deputy president and his supporters, his colleagues, about how they are corrupt and how if they clinch power or the top position in the country, then they will loot the whole country, and because it is something that they have been doing. And now the deputy president says that Raila Odinga and his teammates who were in the opposition came into the government and they actually stole from KEMSA. That is a story that I'm sure was publicized, and most of you may be familiar with the story about the COVID billionaires and how these people benefited from the money that was supposed to help the country in surviving during the tough COVID times.
Well, about any of these parties calling each other corrupt, well, I feel like it's asking who is the better, the devil than the other. Well, that's my opinion.
Yeah, it will be a case of the pot calling the kettle black.
Sure. Well, and why I say that is a story on page 12 of the Standard newspaper, and this is about the welcoming of NYS scam suspect Ann Girita. And yesterday at Nakuru branch, Ann Girita was welcomed to Jubilee Party. However, Ann Girita was to vie on UDA ticket. However, she says, I had moved to UDA because I felt Jubilee Party was losing its popularity. When President Uhuru Kenyatta came out to give direction to the party, I felt need for me to return hope. Girita says she identified herself with the challenges the ordinary women face. I know some people will mudsling me, but I'm ready for that. I'm a mother. I know what women in this country want. That was her feedback. And while she was asked about the corruption case, Girita said that that matter would not hinder her political ambitions. Well, it's interesting to see Jubilee Party and Azimio la Umoja coming together and calling each other thieves. Sometimes back, they said that UDA is the party that was harboring like everyone who had kind of a scam or kind of a corruption story. But now we see them endorsing Ann Girita, and there is that question of what you just said, the kettle calling or the pot calling the kettle black.
Yes, but the story may have developed. I just saw from one of the websites of our fellow media houses that she has now been told by the same party to first of all go and clear with KRA and ESCC before then she can run on a ticket. with the name of the party. We don't know how true that is, but it is a story that we'll be following up, and we will be updating you on throughout the day via our social media pages and our website. Now, the story of paracetamols. Hangover, think twice before popping paracetamol. And I quote, although considered to be a safe over-the-counter product, prolonged use of the drug shows that it can use hepatotoxicity and other complications. I was not so sure that I will be able to read that word. Use of paracetamol among heavy users of alcohol is discouraged as there is increased risk of hepatic and renal diseases. Heavy use of alcohol and regular use of paracetamol in management of alcohol-induced hangovers are discouraged as this can increase the risk of liver and kidney diseases. Due to its safety, paracetamol is widely misused for the relief of alcohol-induced hangover symptoms, says a research. Now, I'm not one to advise people to drink, because personally I do not, and I therefore cannot be in a position to recommend the best ways to cure a hangover. But this paper, this story on page 10 greatly discourages the use of paracetamol or other painkillers in the treatment of your hangover.
And that's a sad story to know that some people are using paracetamol to cure hangover, because I know misuse of over-the-counter drugs brings other health issues later. Well, yesterday the Kanu Njogo iliwika. Did I say that right? Ama Njogo iliwika. So, yesterday Kanu Chairman Gideon Moi and Secretary General Nick handed over a new gold membership card and a cap to Westlands parliamentary aspirant Betty Andera at the party headquarters in Nairobi. So, Gideon Moi is back, and he says Kanu is as strong as it was. And the party leader calls for recruitment for more members. Aspirant seek transparent and fair nominations. So Gideon Moi says that Kanu is the party of the day, and it will have transparent nominations, fair nominations, as he also was caught saying. This is Gideon Moi saying that crowds don't translate to votes. Raila knows this better. You saw him in 2007, 2013, 2017, and even 1992. But he still didn't win. We talk on behalf of the silent majority who make the decision on August 9. The rest is just a show. Now, let the dance begin. Wow.
On page 16. There is a cartoon, and I am not sure what to make of it. I mean, there are two characters that I am definitely sure who they are. This one of them is Kalonzo, and the other one is Charity Ngilu. And I may know that this is Kalonzo because his shirt is filled with patterns of sliced up watermelon. And he is being pulled against his will towards an arc written Azimio by Charity Ngilu, and he is really trying to resist. Well, make of that what you will. It's could it mean that Kalonzo is being forced by Ngilu towards Azimio against his will or something? I don't know.
Well, there is that call. Kalonzo has been continuously being called to join Azimio, and his friends, of course they are political friends, yeah, they are friends, I think.
Yes.
I keep telling him, hey, this is the party. And that's why sometimes back I told you that once Oka will split in some way. That's my opinion. It will split in some way, because I feel like Gideon Moi is more affiliated to Azimio than Kalonzo is. So Gideon Moi could opt to take his Kanu party to Azimio, while Oka will be left now with Wiper party among other maybe smaller parties, and that's why maybe they are trying to pull him to the to that ship. Well, it's something we are hoping to see how it transpires, and we know either person who goes to Azimio, there is weight.
Yes.
Yes.
And well, yesterday while I was with our colleagues, Getty and Mwadime, they did teach me a bit of Swahili. And they said, lisemalo lipo.
Kama halipo laja.
Kama halipo laja. I had forgotten that part. And I think because there's so much talk of Oka splitting and either one of the two candidates going to Azimio, then I think that is something that we could see happening in the near future.
On the Standard newspaper page 16, there is another cartoon there. Lover, still on Valentine mood there. There is this, can I say handsome gentleman, all suited up in green. And there is this beautiful lady there, all fitted in white. And the gentleman is in a suit called Political, while the lady is in a gown called Parties. So they form the political party's wedding or union. And then the gentleman says, I take you to be my lawfully wedded wife until nominations do us part. Wow. And then the lady, okay, she didn't say yes though, but there is all love in it. However, awaiting on the other side, and the lady is holding an MOU.
Yeah.
Yes, the lady is holding an MOU of what binds their union. However, on the other end, there is tough new nominations rule. So it's like to say, after this union and the tough new nominations rules, will the wedding still be there? Something
until nominations do us part. That is the time when political parties break apart.
Yes.
And this time round, it is even more challenging because we no longer have single political parties that are, running for certain positions in the government. Now we have multiple political parties in big bodies called alliances, and we are eager to see how that plays out once the nominations come around. Will they break apart? Will they stand together? We will know. Time will tell everything. Now on page 3, that is the story of the first Kenyan to disclose his HIV status, who died at 63 years old. When Dr. Joe Muriuki came out publicly about his HIV status in the late 1980s, he did not know the impact it would have in his life and those around him. On September 20th, 1987, he publicly declared that he was HIV positive, becoming the first Kenyan to do so. His doctor had told him that he had less than 90 days to live, but he defied the prognosis and lived with the virus for almost 4 decades until he breathed his last on Monday evening. And I think it goes to that I have to say that he did not die of HIV. Dr. Muriuki succumbed after struggling with cancer of the esophagus for 2 years. Yes.
So HIV is not like a killer disease like you would put it. However, be careful.
Yes, indeed.
Don't sleep around among other. I think that is one of the major causes of HIV. So let's take care. You see, nowadays, and it's sad to say that a lot of young girls particularly are more afraid of getting pregnant than getting HIV. And a lot of young boys are not afraid of anything. They just mind about pleasure. And it's quite sad. Statistics show that. And we hope everybody can take care.
Yes, we do. And it's interesting because back then, things are not as they are now. Now we have a better understanding of the virus, and we know that people can live with it. Once you get it, it is not a death sentence as people thought earlier on. Because back then, Dr. Muriuki's doctor had given him less than 90 days to live. And yet he lived to be 63 years old.
Yes. I wanted us to check on this story on page 4 of the Standard newspaper, and that's the story about ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi. who was on Sunday. They were with the Kenya Kwanza Larry in Ignarwa in Baringo County. I'm still struggling to read that word. And according to Joshua Nyamori, who is a lawyer, Mudavadi now understands the role of aggression, or the role aggression plays in attracting supporters, and he's probably thinking by adapting the strategy, he will be able to attract more followers. Well, it's real. Mudavadi caused some earthquake, and there has been lots of talks around his decision, and critics say he's on Ruto's coattails to save his political career. Well, those are people who feel like Mudavadi was losing it politically, and he went to form an alliance with UDA to save himself. I don't know what you think about that. You can send us your feedback on our socials. That is Daesak TV, all over Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. However, ANC leaders claim he has had enough of betrayals and ridicule. So this is ANC leader Mudavadi saying that I have had enough. I am not taking it again. However, this move has seen a lot of some of his defecting to DAPK, as well as defecting to ODM. And Savula, who was Mudavadi's deputy in ANC, also defected to DAPK, while another one of the MPs, who is Osotsi, defected to ODM. And Eugene Wamalwa, cabinet secretary, says it was very uncharacteristic of Mudavadi to be an attack dog. He's been the gentleman of Kenyan politics. I'm disappointed. I don't know what he ate that day. That is the earthquake day. We thought he's taking us to State House, but now he's taking us to wheelbarrow, and we don't fall for that, he says. Savula also alleges that to get into the coalition, Mudavadi could have been given some huge amount of money. Yeah.
Well, there is a story that I would want to get your opinion on before we go on break, and that is the story of 4 months maternity leave with full pay for teachers. But well, I think it still falls along the lines of taking care of our bodies. You know, as we said earlier on, grab yourself a bottle of richest premium water, pure drinking water, such as the one that we have here. The liter of it, crystal clear, perfectly sealed, and I believe that the price is very, very affordable. Now, on this story, what do you think about teachers being given 4 months maternity leave with full pay? Is it enough time? Is it too much? Is it too little?
You know, right now I'm wishing I was a teacher, because 4 months of paternity leave is, I feel like it's good time. An additional of 1 month is quite good time. At least at that time, the baby is at a good stage where they are ready, like, to depend on something else away from. They are not quite ready, because we say it's 6 months of breastfeeding, but they're at a good stage where you can leave them with a nanny, like, throughout, with milk and such, and it's good. And then again, the gentleman has been given 21 days, contrary to the 2 weeks. So I feel that is good, because it gives the family a time to bond, and also the gentleman to, like, bond with the kid for a longer time. Yes, especially those people who go for long, for, like, their a long distance kind of a relationship, or the teacher is posted far away from where the family is, and that is something good. I wish I was a teacher.
Well, I do not. And that has brought us to the end of the review of the dailies today. I will be coming back shortly after, I'll be coming back after the short break with my guests, and we will be looking at what is happening in the political arena. See you after the short break.
people, I am Colleen Kamau. And sniff out those talents, as raw as it may be. So kama uko na talanta, endelea kuivisha mpaka mimi mwenyewe niise. So, mkipawaro.
Looking to unwind after a long day? Let's unwind together on Recap as we interact with fun guests.
Unanipea mimi Masai Musimu, unanipea wadudu mbona nakuangalia macho.
Discuss trending stories.
How do you explain to your wife that babe nilikuwa nimeenda kazi nikarudi kama nimepigwa ngumi?
And review peculiar memes.
I'm not a thief. I don't support theft.
Acha tuvunje mifupa kama bado meno iko.
Shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, viuno. Nakukaribisha mpenzi mtazamaji ndani ya Shake, Shake, kipindi cha muziki wa rumba ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Na mimi Mama Afrika Elombe Kumwasi. Hey, mambo yako sawa na tunakuletea rumba. Tutakuwa tunakuletea rumba asili, rumba ya injili. Tutakuwa tunakuchezea sukus, tutakuchezea mutwas, pia chacho mtazamaji. Tutakuletea muziki yote kutoka Kongo kwa sababu hii ni Shake Shake ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Kila siku ya Jumapili saa 8 hadi saa 10 mtazamaji.
Welcome to the biggest, baddest, newest show gracing your screens.
I'm Justin, but you can call me Justo.
My name is DJ Case Kenya.
I am Miss Nara, and this is the D Corner. Every Monday to Friday from 5 to 7 p.m, get ready to experience a new kind of programming. We bring you an action-packed, rib-cracking show. We keep you up to date with all your local and international celebrities on Catch Up. Sit back and relax as DJ Case Kenya plays all your favorite hits from across the globe. We care about your well-being, so we'll discuss all matters lifestyle, from nutrition to health and fitness, from business to education. There is something for everyone. Get to know more about your favorite celebrities as we talk to them one-on-one. Join us on Real Talk, where we tackle real issues facing the youth with lots of laughs along the way. Only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. You've got to love it.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710-606312, 0710-606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Sasa nakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami, nataka kujua kuendesha. Nataka kujua kuendesha.
Wewe wachana na Kasheri. Sasa unauliza Kasheri nini?
Nakwambia makosa hii kazi ni ya wanaume.
Wachana na Kasheri. Kasheri soma.
Nini huelewi hapa?
Hata kazi za wanaume ni kama za wanawake.
Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa mama alipogundua bintiye anajifunza plant machinery operation. Lakini kwa sasa amejawa na tabasamu.
Hey, mwanzoni msichana wetu alipotuambia anataka kusoma mambo na matingatinga. But at least today we know better.
Sure. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. Mabingwa katika ufundishaji wa kuendesha magari na matingatinga ya aina yote.
Tumefunza kwa miaka mingi, tumefunza watu wengi, wengine wameajiriwa na wengine wamejiajiri.
Utajijenga na tujenge taifa letu. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari ulizopewa au tutembelee Thika along Garissa Road. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School, the Kenyan way for Kenyans.
Royal County College of Technology. We offer the following courses: business management, accounting packages, social work, community development, secretarial studies, ICT, ICDL, computer studies, among others. Visit our website at www.royalcountycollegeoftechnology.co.ke. Call us on 0799 256 357 or 0733 756 060. Email us via royalcountycollegeoftechnology@gmail.com. Registration is ongoing. Train with the best to become the best. Royal County College of Technology, modeling excellence.
So welcome to Junction View Estate. This is a project that is 100 meters off Moya Makutano Road. The project is ideal for commercial. As you can see, it is a few meters from Makutano town. The plots have already title deeds. Again, the red soil is red soil. The size is 50 by 100, and the plots are only going, get this, they are only going for 1.2 million shillings. And I've just told you, the plots have already title deeds, so all you need is to come, see, identify your plot, and then you proceed and transfer the title into your team. When you talk of deposit, come with as little as 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can make a deposit and acquire and own a plot with us. Thank you so much. You can also reach us on this number 0700 048 048. You can also get to our office, Makutano office, just next to Fortune Circle. We also have another office at Keno town, that's just right opposite KCB as you head to Moranga town. That's a few meters from County Supermarket as you head to Moranga. At Wickred Property Company Limited, we partner with you in actualizing your dreams of owning a plot or a property for a better future. Thank you and welcome.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na Shirika la Afya Duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi, tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Kasani nakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami, nataka kujua kuendesha.
Wewe wachana na Kasheri. Sasa unauliza Kasheri nini?
Nakwambia makosa hii kazi ni ya wanaume.
Wachana na Kasheri. Kasheri soma.
Nini huelewi hapa?
Hata kazi za wanaume ni kama za wanawake.
Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa mama alipogundua bintiye anajifunza plant machinery operation. Lakini kwa sasa amejawa na tabasamu.
Hey, mwanzoni msichana wetu alipotuambia anataka kusoma mambo na matingatinga. But at least today we know better. Sure.
County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. Mabingwa katika ufundishaji wa kuendesha magari na matingatinga ya aina yote.
Tumefunza kwa miaka mingi, tumefunza watu wengi, wengine wameajiriwa na wengine wamejiajiri.
Utajijenga na tujenge taifa letu. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari ulizopewa au tutembelee Thika along Garissa Road. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. The Kenyan way for Kenyans.
There are machines that quietly slip into our dreams. We think about them either consciously or unconsciously. We see them out of the corner of our eyes. Symbols of status the world over. They are the objects of our desire. Cars. We all want to own them for one reason or the other. Here on Accelerate, we give you as many details as you could possibly need to make an informed decision on the cars available to you. We look at the seemingly ugly, the drop-dead gorgeous buju, the brand new, the striking classics, and so much more. Join Calvin Mongai on Accelerate every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in a time. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Opo Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
we bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mugo and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Mtazamaji, huu ni ukurasa mpya. Wahenga walinena, mbiu ya mgambo ikilia,
kuna jambo.
Kweli kuna jambo. Kwa habari kemkem na za kuaminika,
Kwa matukio mbalimbali hapa nchini,
ulimwenguni na za spoti pia. Ungana nami Edmond Modime.
Pamoja nami Faith Nzai.
Nami Joseph Ngeti.
Huu ni mwanzo mpya. Kumbuka, jimbi atawika jimbi, awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika jimbi, awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika jimbi, awikapo atawika.
Hello, good people. I am Pauline Kamau. I have an eye and an ear for talent. I come to your hood and sniff out those talents, as raw as it may be. So kama uko na talanta, endelea kuivisha mpaka mimi mwenyewe niuse. So, mkipawa roho.
Looking to unwind after a long day? Let's unwind together on Recap as we interact with fun guests.
Unanipea mimi Masai Musimu, unanipea wadudu mbona nakuangalia macho.
Discuss trending stories.
How do you explain to your wife that babe, nilikuwa nimeenda kazi nikarudi kama nimepigwa ngumi?
And review peculiar memes.
I'm not a thief. I don't support theft.
Acha tuvunje mifupa kama bado meno iko.
Shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, viuno. Nakukaribisha mpenzi mtazamaji ndani ya Shake Shake, kipindi cha muziki wa rumba ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness, na mimi Mama Afrika Elombe Mwasi. Hey, mambo yako sawa, na tunakuletea rumba. Tutakuwa tunakuletea rumba asili, rumba ya injili. Tutakuwa tunakuchezea sukus, tutakuchezea mutwas, pia chacho mtazamaji. Tutakuletea muziki yote kutoka Kongo, kwa sababu hii ni Shake Shake ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Kila siku ya Jumapili saa 8 hadi saa 10 mtazamaji.
Welcome to the biggest, baddest, newest show gracing your screens.
I'm Justin, but you can call me Justo.
My name is DJ Case Kenya.
I am Miss Nara, and this is the D Corner. Every Monday to Friday from 5 to 7 p.m, get ready to experience a new kind of programming. We bring you an action-packed, rib-cracking show. We keep you up to date with all your local and international celebrities on Catch Up. Sit back and relax as DJ Case Kenya plays all your favorite hits from across the globe. We care about your well-being, so we'll discuss all matters lifestyle, from nutrition to health and fitness, from business to education. There is something for everyone. Get to know more about your favorite celebrities as we talk to them one-on-one. Join us on Real Talk, where we tackle real issues facing the youth with lots of laughs along the way. Only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. You've got to love it.
Culture construct a sense of who we are.
Welcome back to the Morning Dew. This is the Hotspot segment with me, Kelvin Mungai. Now, do remember that you can watch us on Signet at Daesak TV, or you can watch us at daesaktv.com. We are live on our social media pages and on YouTube, where you can also leave us your feedback, and we will be sure to sample some of that feedback towards the end of the show. Now, this is the segment where we get to look at matters arising politically, and as you know, it sometimes tends to be an actual hot spot. And today I am joined on set by two wonderful gentlemen, and they will be telling you all about themselves in a short while. For now though, I would like to thank our sponsors, Regis Premium Water, for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Dew. And that reminds me, gentlemen, in case the temperatures get too high, too hot in here, I have a bottle of water for both of you. Here is yours.
Thank you.
Here is yours.
Thank you so much.
To cool down if we ignite an actual fire. Well, welcome to so much to the set. I am honored to have both of you, and I really look forward to getting started with the discussion. But before we do, kindly tell us about you. Let's start with you, sir.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. I'm Kevin Wambogo from Kangema. I am the current spokesperson for Kangema Universities and Colleges Students Association. It's also known as KUSA, as we term it because of easy pronunciation. So I'm also a student at Mary University, and today we shall be making it hot. Thank you.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome so much to the set.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kevin, again for hosting me here. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm not new. I think I've been as a normal, what do you say, a usual person here. I am Kibudu Kihoro, a resident of Mukuyu, here in Moranga, and a youth of all. So I'm ready to discuss and to engage our youths out there on what politics is concerned. Thank you.
Well, welcome very much once again, Bona Kihoro, to Hotspot. Now, there's a story in the dailies today about the reply that Dr. William Ruto gave to the Azimio la Umoja team yesterday, when he says that since Honorable Raila Odinga came into the government, there has been corruption allegations, you know, the ones about KEMSA, and how they stole millions from the money that was supposed to caution the country against the effects of COVID-19. Now, there are also corruption allegations being leveled against Dr. William Ruto by the Azimio team. So, and the two of them have been, well, Dr. William Ruto has been the deputy president, and Honorable Raila Odinga has been a prime minister. So, looking at the two in all aspects, who would you say has a better track record? Let's start with you, Bona Kelvin.
Okay, to start with me, I would rank Raila Odinga as one of the best leaders that we have in Kenya. I would say that Raila Odinga is one of the leaders that who have a developmental track record in this country, tracing back to the early times when they were fighting for democracy, they were fighting for multipartyism. From then to becoming the prime minister, you can also look at that track record, the things that he has brought in this country, what he has led to, the development that he has led to this country, he has brought to this country. It cannot be compared to other leaders in this country. So I would say, comparing the track record for Raila Odinga and for William Ruto, despite the fact that William Ruto has been the Minister for Agriculture, Minister for Education, Raila Odinga is far much ahead of him. Yeah.
Bona Kihoro, I see you disagree.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I would like to disagree with my good friend, who is saying that Raila Odinga has got a track record. I think Raila Amolo Odinga has got a track record of opposing the government. The man has been opposing the government since time immemorial. And in whatever government he has entered in, or he has found his foot in, my friend, Raila Amolo Odinga has either confused the government or in another way led to dysfunctioning of that government. I'll give you an example. Raila Amolo Odinga was an MP of then Makadara, then the Kibera, the larger Kibera. Raila Amolo Odinga, when he was the MP of Kibera, he never built any toilet in Kibera. It is the Jubilee government that have built the toilets in Kibera. Raila Amolo Odinga, despite being an MP of the largest slum in East Africa, Kibera never improved in any way. Yet he was the Prime Minister as well as the MP of that residential area. So Raila Amolo Odinga, we cannot be told that Raila Amolo Odinga has got a track record. Yes, give it to him. He fought for democracy. But people should not confuse democracy with the work, with real work. I usually say this, Kevin, that if that second liberation came during my time, I could have fought for it. Why? If I had the forum and it came during my time. So the second liberation of this country came during the time of Raila Amolo Odinga. And it was not only him who fought for democracy. We had Kina Jimmy Orengo, we had so many Kina Matiba. They were all there fighting for democracy. So you cannot accredit democracy with track record. Yes, he was part of that history. Being part of history, it is because it came during his time.
Yes, Kelvin is restless. Before we get to you, Kelvin, who do you think has a better track record between the two?
Thank you again, Kevin. Comparing Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto, Dr. William Samoei Ruto is far much ahead.
Why?
I think you can trace his track record from when he was an MP, from when he was the Minister of Agriculture. I can give you an example. When William Samoei Ruto was the Minister of Agriculture in the government of Kibaki, there was subsidies of fertilizer from 6,500 to 2,500. Today, because he is out of the government, the fertilizer have gone up to 5,500. The guy understands what to do to lower the subsidies. Again, I can give you, when he was the Minister of Higher Education, we used to get, before you got to university, before my friend got to university, he could have stayed 1 year at home before getting to university. But today, student, after finishing school, you go direct to university. It is him who brought that idea. The guy has got a track record. When he is the deputy president of Jubilee, during the first time, Kenyans, the Jubilee government did marvelous in this country. And that's why, as the people of Kenya, we gave them another mandate to lead us because of the track record they had. They had when he was with Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta was not alone. Again, it is always said, I don't know if this is propaganda or it is the real thing, that during the first term, it was William Ruto who was in charge of the government. Give it to him that there was more than 65% connectivity of power. Roads in this country were done. Water connectivity was done. It was because of his ideas as William Samoei Ruto. So the guys are Jamie.
Kelvin,
Yes.
I see you shifting about your seat because of some things that he said.
Sure.
So right of reply is yours.
I will first reply to his last comment. So William Ruto has been in the government from 2013 until now. Nobody has chased William Ruto out of the government. He chased himself away from the government. That is why he is not even participating in the issues the government should be doing. He started his campaign a long time ago. when you are campaigning, there is no development that you are bringing. Remember, there is development and there is a raising of the economy.
Do the two not go hand in hand?
No. Development is when a leader comes into your sub-county or your ward and will build hospitals, will build schools, but the economy is empowering those people who wale watu ambao wanachangia kwa economy ya nchi. Wale watu ambao wana participate kwa growth ya economy ya nchi. But William Ruto has been campaigning in the name of bringing development, in the name of selling his manifesto on what he will do when he get that position this year. But the usual question that I usually ask myself, those ideas that he have right now, that he says he is going to do when he get the presidency, why can't he approach the president and tell him, these are the ideas that I have. This is what I would like us, this is what I would like the government to do. He is in the government. He has everything that he wants, or everything that it takes for him to deliver to the residents of this country. He has everything. Remember, this country is a democratic country. So if we don't have democracy, we cannot have anything to do with development. The economy can be even worse than people, the Tanga people say that it is right now. Remember, every country or every person, you cannot function without debt. And to have development, you have to try to get that. Lazima ujaribu kuongeza pesa ndio upate pesa ya kutosha kufanya development katika nchi. That is real. Yeah.
Now, Bona Kihoro, while you're replying to him, to the remarks of Bona Kelvin, I would want you to also answer this question. Is it possible to bring about development? Is it possible, rather, for the deputy president to fulfill his mandate to the country in that position, the position that he occupies while he is on the campaign road?
Thank you very much, Kevin. I would like to, first of all, try and remove the ignorance in my friend's argument. My friend says that that William Samoei Ruto has been campaigning. He's not telling us that William Ruto have been doing this thing since time immemorial. When the guy was the youth leader for Kano, William Ruto was attending Harambes in this country. Nobody had a problem with that. When William Samoei Ruto was the Minister of Agriculture in Kibaki's government, he was attending Harambes and empowering the young people. Nobody had a problem with that. When William Samoei Ruto was the Minister of Higher Education, he was doing the same. When he was the Deputy President, William Ruto had been going to Mwananchi when he was since 2013. Nobody had a problem with that. But now, because William Samoei Ruto wants the presidency, everybody is saying, oh, William Ruto have been campaigning. Which mandate has William Ruto been given by the President of the Republic of Kenya and declined? The President have been on record. Oh, people should stop politicking. My friend, he should tell us which work or which assignment he has assigned to William Samoei Ruto and William Samoei Ruto have declined. On to whether William Samoei Ruto is supposed to contribute the ideas of the government. I think my friend is pretending to be a visitor in this Jerusalem called Kenya. Everybody knows that William Samoei Ruto, since the handshake 2019, William Samoei Ruto have been out of government. He's in government on paper as the deputy president. But out of that, William Ruto have been sidelined by the government he contributed to form. In this way, the mandate of William Samoei Ruto through the executive order paper
the mandate of William Samoei Ruto, including that of supervising the ministerial work, was given to one super minister called Fred Okengo Matiang'i. So what do you expect William Samoei Ruto to do? To just assign himself an assignment that he has not been given? Remember, the work of the deputy president is to supervise, or is a principal assistant of the president. If the president himself does not want to be assisted, or have rather assigned another individual to do what the deputy president is supposed to do, then who is the deputy president to do that mandate? He's just supposed to relax and do his work, whatever he feels it is good for this country. And remember, people forget so quickly. Remember, Mwai Kibaki was the president of Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi for 9 years. But did Kibaki help Moi to succeed? Not at all. Why? Moi was a dunderhead. Nobody used to tell Moi anything. No, Moi could not listen. But when the guy, the son of Nyeri, took the mantle, I think we saw prosperity in this country. The economy was done, infrastructure was done, education, everything was done because of Mwai Kibaki. He was at the helm. When you have, remember, even in a household or in a family, the head of that family is the father. And if the father takes this position, no matter what the mother says of the children, the father has the final say. So the only problem facing this country, it is at the helm, the presidency. If William Ruto takes the mandate, it will be the case of Mwai Kibaki and Daniel Arap Moi. And just to remind you, another example, in our neighboring country, Tanzania, Magufuli the late was a minister in the former regime. He did not help them to succeed. But we saw where Tanzania was left by Magufuli after he took the mantle. So we should not misconcentrate this thing of, oh, who is at the helm. The one who is at the helm matters a lot. And I think the best choice of this country is William Samoei Ruto.
Now, Bona Kelvin,
yeah.
Are you also of the opinion that the deputy president was kicked out of the government and his duties and responsibilities given to Honorable Fred Matiang'i, which is the reason why Dr. William Ruto has been on the campaign trail?
Okay, to take you back to 2017, after the elections, there was those strikes which was held Monday, on Thursdays, but the president values the peace of the Kenyans, values the peace of the people doing business in Kenya, and because of that, he had to call his long-time enemy so that they can sit down and resolve their conflict to see Kenya in peace. That is where he decided to do the handshake. Nobody chased William Ruto out of the government, as I earlier said. Nobody. He just went away from the government. He ran away from his roles. So, when you run away from your roles, the person who should take your roles is the person who was under you. That is the person who will be responsible for your roles. And that is why some of William Ruto's roles were given to Fred Matiang'i. Because William Ruto portrayed that he cannot perform. Yeah, he showed that he cannot perform. And yet, I've not finished my point. Let me finish.
I think you are giving my friend a lot of airtime to propaganda. I think it is not. It should not be allowed. This, you see,
gentlemen, let us do what I promised that we will do, and that is cool down the fire a bit with a sip of Regis Premium water. We will be right back after this short break.
Thank you.
Culture constructs a sense of who we are as a society, as an individual, or as a nation, whereas art influences society by changing opinions, instilling values, and translating experience across time and space. Art transforms the world. Join me, Boni Gaidori, as I bring to you the craft in art and culture. Only at Daesak TV, the credo of Boni.
We value your feedback and welcome any comment, query, or complaint regarding our programs. Get in touch with us on 0724 121 812 or email complaints@daesaktv.com. You are watching Daesak TV, the credo of goodness.
Did you know that there is a highest mountain on earth? Mount Everest is the highest mountain above sea level on earth. It is located in Mahalangul Himal, sub-range of the Himalayas in China. The mountain has an elevation, also known as snow height, of 29,031.7 feet, which was most recently established in 2020 by the Chinese and Nepal authorities. Mount Everest attracts many climbers, including highly experienced mountaineers. There are two main climbing routes, one approaching the summit from the southeast in Nepal and the other from the north in Tibet. However, Everest presents dangers such as altitude sickness, weather and wind, as well as significant hazards from avalanches and Khumbu icefall. As of 2019, over 300 people have died on the mountain, many of whose bodies remain there. Stay in the know with Daesak TV.
In 16th February 2005, the Kyoto Protocol came into force following its ratification by Russia. In 1959, Fidel Castro became premier of Cuba after dictator Fulgencio Batista was overthrown on January 1st.
Did you know that there is a natural site on Earth where carbonate mineral left by spring waters made beautiful thermal springs? Pamukkale is a natural site in Denizli province in southwestern Turkey. The name Pamukkale means cotton castle in Turkish, and it came to be when the ancient Greek city of Hierapolis was built on top of Travertine Formation. The formation, which was 2,700 meters long and 600 meters wide, has thermal springs made of snow-white limestone that was shaped long time ago. Ripping slowly down the mountainside, mineral-rich waters collect in and cascade down the mineral terraces into pools below. Legends has it that the formation are solidified cotton that giant left out to dry. Stay in the know with Daesak TV.
There are machines that quietly slip into our dreams. We think about them either consciously or unconsciously. We see them out of the corner of our eyes. Symbols of status the world over. They are the objects of our desire. Cars. We all want to own them for one reason or the other. Here on Accelerate, we give you as many details as you could possibly need to make an informed decision on the cars available to you. We look at the seemingly ugly, the drop-dead gorgeous buju, They're brand new. They're striking classics and so much more. Join Calvin Mongai on Accelerate every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in a time. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boys Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Welcome back to Hotspot, which today is literally a hot spot. Now, before we went on break, Bwana Kifudu, you accused me of giving airtime to Bwana Kelvin, and you said that he was peddling propaganda. What exactly do you mean?
Thank you very much, Kevin, for giving me a right of reply. To reply to myself, to my friend who said that the president delegated the work to Fred Matiang'i because the deputy president, who is his principal assistant, had run away from his duties. I think that is false. It is for the boss to decide whoever will mandate to assist him in doing his activities. It is upon his boss. I think, and we all know this, it's because of succession politics. He saw that if William Samoei Ruto continues with the work that he has been given by the constitution, he could have gotten a lot of latitude and space to sell his agenda to the people of this country. So it is for the president to manage his succession politics. In that way, he saw it wise to give some of the activities, and not some, most of the activities, to Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And to say that that William Samoei Ruto, just to remind him that William Samoei Ruto has been on record from 2013. William Samoei Ruto has been doing his activities while going to supervise some of the activities in the ground. He has been to Nyeri. He said, last time it was said that before 2013 to 2017, William Ruto had traversed the entire Mount Kenya region, which is President Uhuru's backyard, more than 50 times. Doing what? Not campaigning, but supervising government projects. If William Samoei Ruto comes, let's say in Murang'a town, empowering the boda guys, William Ruto is not campaigning. William Ruto is trying to raise the standards of those people who have been entrenched in poverty. So William Samoei Ruto, in that way, is continuing with the Jubilee agenda of fighting poverty and raising the standards of Mwananchi in this country.
Yes, and while still on the topic of the deputy president, he has now been, he has started consultative meetings on the bottom-up economic model. and he says that he will have sittings with representatives from all the 47 counties in the country. So do you think that this is something that proves that he is ready to better the lives of the Kenyans? Should he clinch the top office come the August 9th elections, or is it just another campaign strategy?
Okay, before I reply to that question, let me first reply to my good friend. I remember very well after the handshake, the president stood, it was in June, he said to the leaders in Tanga, he told them, instead of going around the country politicking, why can't you just go back into your constituencies, into your counties, and go do development project there? Instead of going to the whole country, you are doing nothing, just accusing the president of saying that ameungana na yule jamaa wa kule ameungana na yule jamaa wa kule Lake Victoria. That was not right. He told the deputy president before they came into agreement that the president was to rule for 10 years and the deputy president for other 10 years. That was the initial. Let me finish. That was the initial agreement. That was the initial agreement. But the president was to support William Ruto if he stayed on his lane as the deputy president until the time for politics came. And now this is the time for politics. The Jubilee government has been at work, but William Ruto has been campaigning. He has not been at work, not because his duties were taken from him, but because he ran away from his duties. To answer the question that you've just asked.
Just before you answer the question.
Let him answer the question.
Let me finish. You said I have enough credit. Let me finish. So the bottom-up economic model, generally, as you may look at it, is a good model as at how they are explaining it. But for a developing country like Kenya, I think it will be very hard. It will be very hard for William Ruto if he gets that position, of which he may not get the position. It will be hard for him. One reason is Kenya is a third world country, meaning that it is developing. And for a country that is developing, that means that the country is incorporating much technology as the world develops. William Ruto is saying that he is going to empower those small entrepreneurs, those mama mboga, those watu boda boda. Let me ask you this one question. If let me take an example of my mother. If she is empowered na apate pesa mingi kuniliko, whereas I've done a course that I am aiming to get much money, that means I will have to abandon my course and go and sell cabbages in the market. What does that mean? That means that the technology that we are aiming to achieve in this country, we shall have tutakuwa tumeitupilia mbali. The country will be stagnant.
Well,
the country will not be developing.
That is an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
And it's something that I believe Borakehoro will have a lot to say about.
Because I have not seen the deputy president support any graduate that in innovation. I've never seen.
Well,
but the president has been working too hard to see our graduates, to see those people who have done technology courses, to see those people who have innovation minds come to discovery.
Give an example of that.
Okay, like Konza City. Konza City is a technological city. The president have been investing so much to see that Konza City has developed. That is technology. That proves that if the president leaves that seat to a person who has the same mind as his, it means that the country will be a first world country very soon.
Yeah, thank you, Bora Kelvin. Bora Kehoro.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for giving me.
Yes, and in your right of reply, sorry to interrupt you, kindly answer this question also about the meetings, the consultative meetings that the Deputy President is holding, and is this a campaign strategy, or is it something that proves that he is intent on bettering the lives of the Kenyans?
I'll start with the question that you have just asked, whether the Deputy President campaign consultative meetings are just a campaign strategy, or they are just, or they will help Kenyans. I'd like to say this, that we in the Hustler Nation has got the strategy, the formula on how to tackle the economy. Our friends on the other hand are rudderless, clueless. They don't have anything. All they are saying is that, oh, bottom up cannot work. Oh, they don't have any strategy to tackle. And I would like Kenyans to hear this, that these people don't have any formula to tackle the problems bedeviling this country. All he's saying, my friend here, is that, oh, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta is building a concert city. How many youths are benefiting from the concert city? They are just investors, brokers, but economic brokers who are benefiting from the concert city. But where is the normal, the usual youth who tarmacs every day to look for a job? He's nowhere, because these people don't have any formula to tackle the economy of this country. And just to reply to him, he said that William Samoei Ruto have been empowering the mama mbogas, the boda guys, just because and he's not doing so to graduates. I would like to tell him like this: the mama mbogas and the boda guys are as important as graduates.
I didn't say they are not important.
And those people, my friend, give me the airtime to reply to you. You see, the problem with these people is that they are hecklers.
No, we ain't hecklers. The thing is,
gentlemen, if we all talk, then we will not be able to get the point across to the people who are watching us. So in a minute, I'll be giving you the right of reply. Bora Kehoro, in a minute, please, kindly sum up in a brief minute.
I think you are limiting my time, Bwana Kevin, and you gave this guy a lot of airtime. So you should give me as much as airtime as that. I was saying like this, that this guy is saying that the mama mbogas and the boda guys are not important as the graduates. I would like to tell him like this, that those people who are in the boda sector, those people, those mama mbogas, they never had an opportunity to go to university. And that's why William Samoei Ruto's government will create an enabling environment, not only for them, but also for everyone in this country to flourish. If he sees that the mama mboga is earning more than him as a graduate, I think he should wear an apron and go cut the mbogas. It is, we are saying, our slogan is kazi ni kazi, that no matter the type of what you do, that work is supposed to pay you. And just finalizing, I would like to say this, that the president is a man of inconsistency.
Well, let me give you some time to take a sip of water, gentlemen. But when we do come back, we'll start off with you, and then you get to finish your point. I really do aim to be impartial. So after this short break, Bora Kehoro will be telling us more.
out on important information. Worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
We bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance, and realness. I am Boni Gaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mogo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na shirika la afya duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is
Welcome back to the hotspot. My name is Kelvin Mungai and I am joined on set by Bwana Kihoro and Bwana Kelvin, and today's session is shaping up to be a literal hot spot. There is nothing that these two gentlemen have agreed on so far, and I do not think that that is going to change in the amount of time that we will be here. Remember to leave us your feedback on any one of our social media pages. You can find us at Daesak TV, that is on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. You can watch us on daesaktv.com or on Daesak TV on Signet, or send us your SMS feedback on 23595 or a WhatsApp message on the number on your screen. Now, Bwana Kihoro, in the interest of fairness, there is a point that you had not finished before we went on break.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I was just saying that before you cut me, that the president of this republic, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, he is a master of inconsistency. I think he's on record saying in 2019 that the handshake does not have anything to do with the 2022 election. What are we seeing now? The president is going against the words he said in 2019. The same president who the other day is telling the youths that, look, I want to show you the journey, the way to walk in politics, because you are the future of this country. The same president said in 2017 that if you appoint the youths, they will steal, and that's why I opt to appoint a 92-old Mzee Mudi Awori to guard the funds of the youth. The same president who came in this region told his people that, look, do not bring nonsense to me. I'm the president of this republic, of the whole republic. The same president is going back to his backyard to tell the people, look, I want to leave this country to a person who will look after your needs. A master of doublespeak. He never does what he says, and he never says what he will do. That's the president, unfortunately, will happen to lead this country.
So, I will first reply to your point, your last point. You know, William Ruto, if the president is the master of double points, William Ruto is a master. He is an expert. Why? Because when you listen to William Ruto, like 2020, 2021, William Ruto has been praising the government he has been in from 2013 until now. But on the other side, he says that the government which he was elected in by the people of this Republic of Kenya. He says that the government has failed to deliver what they promised to the people. Who promised? The deputy president was even quoted promising the people of this country heaven. But did he deliver? He has never delivered anything. The project that the deputy president has been starting, there is no single project that has been continuing until now. Let me finish. On the issue of Mama Mboga and the Boda Boda guys, I respect those guys. I highly respect them. But let me ask this question. If everybody turns to be a Mama Mboga, if everybody turns to be a Boda Boda guy, who is going to feed the other? Who? They cannot feed among themselves. If everyone is a Boda Boda guy, if everyone is a Mama Mboga, who will buy the cabbages? Who will buy the sukuma wiki? Who will enjoy the services of the Boda Boda guy? No one. Because everyone has turned out to be a Boda Boda guy. I highly respect those guys. I highly respect them.
Yes. Just a quick reply.
Before you reply, kindly consider this. Is the double talk that both of you are talking about part of a politician's character?
Thank you very much, Bwana Kevin. Just to reply to what my friend is saying, I think my friend seems not to understand the basics of leadership in this country. That if I'm your principal assistant, for instance, I'm running as your deputy president, I'll go selling my ideas to the people of this country so that they can elect me. It is upon the boss to either implement them or decline them. And President Uhuru Kenyatta have declined to implement the ideas of William Samoei Ruto. Why? He seems not to understand what is happening in the ground. And he sees that if he implements whatever his deputy said, then the deputy will carry that value. I think Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta is the one who have failed this country. Reason being, you don't just say that every project that William Samoei Ruto starts is not accomplished. Yes, it can be so, but who is supposed to accomplish that project? Remember, we started by saying that the deputy president is the principal assistant. He cannot allocate himself funds. He cannot command the ministers. Who does so? It is the president. It is the president who does so. So it is not logic to say that, oh, William Samoei Ruto, no, blame the head of the Jubilee government. And just to say that, William Samoei Ruto is not going out there to the ground giving everyone boda bodas or giving everyone money to start as Mama Mbogas. Whatever he's saying is this, and I want my friend to listen, because we in the Hustler Nation understand this better than those who are peddling the propaganda. William Samoei Ruto, what he's saying is that that no matter the type of job you do, Mr. Kevin, that if you wash the vehicles, you work in car wash, he will empower you because you understand the basic of the car wash. He will empower you to buy the car wash machines so that you can start your own car wash facility. In that way, you will employ those who don't have the skills or who don't have the experience of working in car washes. The William Samoei Ruto is saying that if you work as Mama Mbogas, and my friend may not be aware of this, I once hawked Bwana Kevin, and you end up lending money from Shyrocks so that you can invest in hawking or doing the Mama Mboga thing. That you have to fuliza the 500 shillings, and after doing the fuliza of 500 shillings, I think you remain with 450. You go buy the stock, you come sell, then after selling, you pay the Shylock. What William Samoei Ruto is saying is this, that the government, his government, will empower you. Instead of going lending from Shylocks, you shall lend from the government. the same government that will create an enabling environment for farmers to ensure that the subsidies, there is subsidies of fertilizer, the fertilizers goes down so that they can produce their commodities using the limited cost as possible. When the mama mboga buys from them, he will just be required to pay like 100 shillings a day or 100 shillings in a week to the government with minimal interest. In that way, the mama mboga will be able to succeed economically. And in that way, the government will get taxes from the mama mbogas. Mama mbogas of today don't pay taxes.
So that is basically you're talking about the bottoms-up economic model.
All about the bottoms-up economic model.
Yeah, well, all good things must come to an end, and that is unfortunately all the time that we had for Hotspot today. But well, we will be continuing with this conversation off camera over another bottle of Regis Premium Drinking Water. Wairu Momogo will be coming up after this short break to talk about animal health. This has been Hotspot. I have been Kelvin Mungai, and this is Mr. Kihoro and Mr. Kelvin. Unfortunately, we are absolutely out of time. We really are out of time. I have to end this.
Before we close, not a political comment.
In 5 seconds.
In 5 seconds.
I think my director can give us 5 seconds.
So I just want to send a message of condolences to the family of our late MP, Honorable Tyrus Nyingi Ngaho. May God be with you. I also lost some good friends, relatives. Honorable Peter Karanja lost his father, and John Kamau, also known as Lieutenant Green, lost his father. May God be with you this hard time, and tuko pamoja.
Yes, and our condolences as well as the us as the Daesak Media Services. We do extend our condolences to the families. We'll see you after the short break.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but nothing at times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. He came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Hotspot Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the Cradle of Good.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
we bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mugo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Sasa ninakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami, nataka kujua kuendesha.
Wewe wachana na Gasheri. Sasa unauliza Gasheri nini?
Nakwambia makosa hii kazi ni ya wanaume.
Wachana na Gasheri. Gasheri soma.
Nini huelewi hapa?
Hata kazi za wanaume ni kama za wanawake.
Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa mama alipogundua bintiye anajifunza plant machinery operation. Lakini kwa sasa amejawa na tabasamu.
Mwanzoni msichana wetu alipotuambia anataka kusoma mambo na matingatinga. But at least today we know better. Sure.
County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. Mabingwa katika ufundishaji wa kuendesha magari na matingatinga ya aina yote.
Tumefunza kwa miaka mingi. Tumefunza watu wengi. Wengine wameajiriwa na wengine wamejiajiri.
Utajijenga na tujenge taifa letu. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari ulizopewa au tutembelee Thika along Garissa Road. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. The Kenyan way for Kenyans.
Royal County College of Technology. We offer the following courses: business management, accounting packages, social work, community development, secretarial studies, ICT, ICDL, computer studies, among others. Visit our website at www.royalcountycollegeoftechnology.co.ke. Call us on 0799 256 357 or 0733 756 060. Email us via royalcountycollegeoftechnology@gmail.com. Registration is ongoing. Train with the best to become the best. Royal County College of Technology, modeling excellence.
So welcome to Junction View Estate.
This is a project that is 100 meters off Moya Makutano Road. The project is ideal for commercial, as you can see. It is a few meters from Makutano town. The plots have already title deeds. Again, the red soil is red soil. The size is 50 by 100. And the plots are only going, get this, they are only going for 1.2 million shillings. And I've just told you, the plots have already title deeds. So all you need is to come see, identify your plot, and then you proceed and transfer the title into your team. When you talk of deposit, come with as little as 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can make a deposit and acquire and own a plot with us. Thank you so much. You can also reach us on this number 0700 048 048. You can also get to our office, Makutano office, just next to Fortune Circle. We also have another office at Keno Town. That's just opposite KCB as you head to Moranga Town. That's a few meters from County Supermarket as you head to Moranga. At Wickred Property Company Limited, we partner with you in actualizing your dreams of owning a plot or a property for a better future. Thank you and welcome.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na Shirika la Afya Duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Animal health, and when I say animal health, I know it is quite broad, but maybe try to tell us, when we talk about animal health, what are we talking about?
Okay, thank you very much. When we talk about animal health, we want to mean the overall health of the animals that we keep. And remember, we have two major categories of animals. We have food animals and non-food animals. And then when we go further, we have in food animals, we have those ones that we eat, and then we have those ones that we eat their products. For instance, when you take chicken, we may have chicken meant for egg production or for meat production, and they are here. There's a different managed, because for instance, when you are having the ones that we eat their products, sometimes we care much about the drugs we give. Because for instance, when you keep on giving egg producing chicken antibiotics, and they have a withdrawal time. There is that time after you give, you won't take eggs, so you will tend to avoid giving drugs because you will lose production. Yeah.
And you've mentioned something very good about withdrawal periods, and I know a lot of Kenyans maybe don't do that. What is how bad is it to not observe the withdrawal period?
When we talk about withdrawal periods, actually, there is this phenomenon called antimicrobial resistance. It's directly related to withdrawal periods, because you see these drugs that we treat animals with are the same drugs that are used to treat people and they get sick. And therefore, when you don't observe withdrawal periods, maybe you have treated maybe your chicken with, for instance, penicillin, and you will take in small doses. When you take maybe milk that from a cow that has been treated. When you take those small doses, the bacteria in your body will know there is such a drug, and when you fall sick and given that drug, you will not get well. Yeah.
And when we talk about treatment of our animals, how should we treat the animals in our homes per se?
What I advocate for is keep your animals well, so that you avoid them getting sick. We have this debate about animals and their health is directly related to their welfare. And in animal health, there are those things we call freedoms, 5 animal freedoms, whereby freedom from dust, freedom from hunger and dust, freedom from discomfort, freedom from stress, freedom to express their normal behavior, and such. When you give your animals those freedoms, they will rarely fall sick, and there will be no need to treat them. But then there is this problem. Those people who have animals, they only remember their veterinarian when their animals fall sick. So they don't take a step forward to prevent the animals from getting sick. And actually, if you look at the way veterinary department is run in this country, especially when the governors came into office. When governors saw somewhere they are managing the veterinary issues, their minds learn about artificial insemination. And therefore the management of diseases before they occur, that is prevention of animal diseases, through vaccinations, through good management practices, through training of farmers on how to feed well, because when you feed well, you avoid diseases. It was drawn through the window. So we don't have such. Yeah.
And it's interesting to say that we don't have such, or maybe they could be limited veterinarians in the country. So what are some of the symptoms I need to observe from my animal to know that I need to call a veterinarian, or I need to take them? Do we have an animal clinic?
Yes, we have, especially for pets. Actually, the biggest strides, unfortunately, in the treatment of animals have been taken in pet industry, those non-food. And it's very, we don't know what we can say, because 15% of our GDP is dependent on animal products, milk, meat. And then you see, even the vets who want to make money, they are running into pets, because those people who keep pets are somehow they value them more than we value our cows that give us milk, more than we value our chicken that give us eggs. So now when those people who keep pets, they actually take their pets for checkups, physical examinations, and they are ready to go to take any step to have their pets treated. But for those who keep food animals, by the time you are called, in most cases, the disease has progressed so much. It had been attended by quacks, zishapewa mitishamba, so I don't know. Yeah.
And talk of mitishamba, do we have like kind of human health, we say over-the-counter drugs? So Are there over-the-counter drugs for animals, and how dangerous could they be to human health as well as to the animals?
In animal health,
yes,
surprisingly, we've just put in place about 10 years ago on regulation of professionals, because in veterinary practice, you see, in human health, we have the medical doctors, then we have the nurses, and we have the clinical officers, and we have the pharmacists. In the veterinary subsector, we have all the others, apart from veterinary surgeons, grouped into veterinary paraprofessionals. Initially, there was a board to regulate the veterinary surgeons, of which there are about very few, about 2,000 to 3,000 all over Kenya. And then
2,000 to 3,000
yes,
only.
Wow. And then there was the ones commonly that you see around are veterinary paraprofessionals. The rules to regulate them just came into 2011. So we've been having an industry that is not regulated. So 2011, we have not made very great strides because, for instance, in the body that regulates veterinary practice, Kenya Veterinary Board, has only 1 or 2 inspectorate units covering the whole country. So up to now, we are not very well regulated. We have another body that regulates the veterinary drugs, Veterinary Medicines Directorate. Again, it's understaffed, it's having teething problems. So we have not reached a point whereby we have regulated the sale and the use of veterinary drugs. That's what we are just starting.
So for a farmer who is watching us out there, how do they know that they are calling the right veterinary for their animals?
One, you see, it's difficult, but I would urge farmers to ask for, there is an ID from the Kenya Veterinary Board, so that the person who is affecting your animals is registered by the Kenya Veterinary Board.
In 16th February 2005, the Kyoto Protocol came into force following its ratification by Russia. In 1959, Fidel Castro became premier of Cuba after dictator Fulgencio Batista was overthrown on January 1st.
Did you know that there is a natural site on Earth where carbonate mineral left by spring waters made beautiful thermal springs? Pamukkale is a natural site in Denizli province in southwestern Turkey. The name Pamukkale means cotton castle in Turkish, and it came to be when the ancient Greek city of Hierapolis was built on top of Travertine Formation. The formation, which was 2,700 meters long and 600 meters wide, has thermal springs made of snow white limestone that was shaped long time ago. Dripping slowly down the mountainside, mineral-rich waters collect in and cascade down the mineral terraces into pools below. Legends has it that the formation are solidified cotton that giant left out to dry. Stay in the know with Daesak TV.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710-606312, 0710-606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Media platforms. It's Daesak TV from Facebook, Twitter, all over, and our SMS line is also open. It's running on your screen. Our WhatsApp number is also running on your screen. So keep this conversation going. We'll be glad to sample some of your feedbacks before we wind up the show. So today's conversation on Let's Talk with Wairibu, we are talking about animal health. It's a broad conversation. However, we are trying to narrow it down so that we can check on day-to-day kind of things you do to your animals. And before we went on break, we were checking on how a farmer could check on who is a good vet, on who is not a good one, or who is a quack. And you said that we could check on their certificates. Just to recap to the viewer, there is that certificate.
There is an ID that is issued by the regulator, who is the Kenya Veterinary Board, and it's a small, so every vet should carry around when taking care of our animals.
Wow, beautiful. Before you went on break, you said that animals need water, and I also think that
it's one of the basic animal freedoms.
A doctor also needs, an animal doctor
yes, also needs water.
And I'm giving you that water from Regis Premium Water, and I'm so excited that I have this product on the show, because every person needs to live healthy, and one way to live healthy is to take water, and Regis Premium Water should be your drink of the day. So here we have animals, and when we talk about animals, there are those kind of diseases that attack animals. I know they are wide, but maybe we could touch on some of them.
Thank you. I think to me, the disease,
or the most common ones.
Yeah, the disease I fear most is rabies, because once because it gets almost all warm-blooded animals. The moment you go down with rabies, you are certainly going to go to die. It's fatal, and the bad thing about it is the animals we love staying with are the main carriers of that disease. There are 90% of diseases that are spread to humans, of rabies that spread to humans in Africa is from companion animals. That is dogs and cats. And the worst thing is most people, especially in the upcountry, who keep dogs, I don't know whether to say they hate them so much. They can't even pay 100 shillings when the county or the government is doing vaccinations to have their dogs vaccinated against rabies. And rabies is fatal. And the only way to keep it at bay, there are various ways. Is one, to reduce the dog population. Make sure you only have dogs that you can take care of so that they don't stray. And one of those things, if either restrain your female dog if you can't be able to afford the spaying charges, and castrate your dogs. It reduces, because sometimes I even pity farmers. When you go up country and maybe a cow has calved down, it must be accompanied by people the whole night, or else the stray dogs around will come and devour because you see it's having the placenta, the blood. So it's the owners of dogs, mostly they don't know what they want to do with them.
And when we talk of rabies, maybe with our common animals, that is cat, cow, and maybe cows, how long should I take before I visit a doctor after being bitten?
You see, rabies is a very funny disease. You may be bitten today, you get the disease after 1 week, depending on the site that you are bitten. You can take even as much as 5 years.
5?
Yes. From the time you were bitten to the time you get, you see, the virus that causes rabies moves through the nerves. So when you are bitten, maybe at the extremities, before it reaches the brain, because that's where it multiplies, it may take from 1 week to 5 years. So the best thing is once you are bitten, fortunately, because there is a post-exposure vaccine. Unfortunately, most government hospitals don't have it. So you have to maybe get from a private facility, and it's a bit expensive. But it's not a risk one should take. Immediately you are bitten, get all the 6 doses. There are 6 divided in different days. One should get immediately.
Assuming maybe my cow was bitten or my someone, a family member, but maybe to the extreme it was just a scratch. So how do they know, or what are some of the symptoms they will exhibit so that maybe we could know this one could be suffering from rabies?
You see, rabies, the virus that causes rabies is very intelligent. So it makes its victim go mad and they want to bite. That is the basics. The virus wants its victim to go mad and bite others because the virus is spread via saliva. So the most basic forms is the dogs, they go wild. They want to bite everything that comes across, and they have those symptoms. You see that mad dog, that mad cow, even when a person gets their nervous signs. Yeah.
Wow.
Progressing to paralysis, and within 14 days since the onset of symptoms, either the animal or the human will surely die.
All right. Now let's talk about this companion. You told me they are not called pet animals.
They are
behind off camera.
Yeah.
You said they are called companion animals, and I know it's the dream of maybe many people to have a companion animal. Let's call it pet animal. And mostly I see people keeping dogs or cats, birds, just to mention a few. But now, how do we deal with these animals, especially the good and the bad behaviors?
What happens, and remember I told you about the freedoms.
Yes.
The 5 animal freedoms. Once you give the pets those freedoms, basically they won't have stress, so you live well. But sometimes, I wonder, one, they are expensive to make. You find a person keeping a cat as a pet that's being infested with the ticks. You find a person with a pet dog infested with fleas, and you wonder how. Because you see this, once you keep a pet or that a companion animal, in the West you see even when it dies, it's a mourning period.
Yeah.
Because it becomes part of your family. So the way you live is the way you should keep it. Another mistake I see people doing, you keep a cat, you want to be feeding it with your food. And remember, a cat is a carnivore. You are an omnivore. So you'll be feeding your cat with cabbages and getheri, and yet its basic meal should be meat because it's a carnivore. So you'll find a very malnourished companion animal because we don't really look at its nutritional requirements, and because it's different from us.
But then, you see, due to its expensive nature of maintaining, I, as an African or a Kenyan, common Kenyan, I keep my cat to catch rats.
Yeah, then now, when you keep a cat to catch rats, then that's not a companion animal.
What's the difference?
Because when you talk of companion animals, remember, it's with you in the house. So it's, if your family is of 5, if you don't consider as the 6th person in that house, probably it will bring you more problems than good. There are diseases that are transmitted from rats to people. Actually, a cat should not be used to catch rats.
And cockroaches.
And the cockroaches. No. If you are keeping a cat for companionship, it should, for companionship, you feed it, you give it medical care, very good. If you budget for 20,000, and you have 4 children, and maybe you give each 5,000, you should reduce to 4 so that your cat feeds. You should be allocated is 4,000. Because it becomes one of the children in the house. There is no you live with an animal in the house and you want to treat it as a wild animal. Basically, it will have stress. It will not be beautiful. It will be scratching children because it's hungry, because you didn't feed it well. It will be useless. It will do more harm than good.
And I know it's the beauty of every maybe farmer, let me call them farmers, or any other person to have a beautiful animal, per se, cows, goats, all those domestic animals being beautiful. So let's talk a bit about feeding.
Feeding is a bit, it's where most farmers fail, especially I will touch on those who keep ruminants. Because you see, they were once wild animals. So in the wild, especially at the young age, a ruminant is divided into stages of life. At its early age, it's not a ruminant. And most farmers don't consider that. For goats, the first 3-4 months. For cows, the first 6 months, they are not ruminants. So if you feed them as ruminants with maybe grass or whatever, they will not get enough of nutrients that are required. So when feeding is very broad, because every animal has the way it's fed. But for ruminants, I usually say, when they are adults, they are grass eaters. Most farmers focus on daily meal and whatever, and they give very quality fodder. So for ruminants, they are grass eaters, give them quality fodder. You need very little supplementation. For non-ruminants, for the pork, for the pigs, don't give them leftovers. You probably get more diseases in your flock if you give them. Buy food. If you want to keep pig, there are feeds for pig. Don't start going with a bucket around Mukuyu market trying to
hotels.
And hotels. If you want to keep pigs the way they are supposed to be kept. Keep them in a clean environment, give them clean water, not the leftovers.
Still on feeding, I'm looking at a person who has a dog for security purposes. How should they feed this animal to serve its purpose? Just to use an example.
Basically, there are various strategies used to feed. But we must recognize the fact that a dog is a cannibal. So a very big percentage of its meal must come from animal protein, because that's how they are made to. And they are there in the market. And when you are giving grains, remember dogs are very prone to aflatoxin. Make sure you give from those companies that are certified and those that measure aflatoxins. Because aflatoxins in dog, it kills the dogs slowly. So you have a dog, maybe you have a German Shepherd, an expensive dog, and then you kill it by maybe not buying feeds worth 1,000, you want to buy worth 800. So a difference of 200 will kill your dog.
Wow. Another thing I would love us to check is the sanitation of animals, because a lot of people, especially common Kenyan, like in the up country, you find that if they keep a dog, they will have the kennel, and it's all messy. So how I think every even human beings, sanitation is very important, because whatever we eat must come out. Let's talk about that briefly.
Sanitation, especially for dogs in our country, is really bad, because you want to keep a dog and you are afraid of its feces. That doesn't make sense, because you'll find a kennel has 2 weeks the last time it was washed. And there is a very serious dog disease called parvovirus. And it's transmitted through dirty feeds and those dirty environments. And especially here in Moranga, it's bad. You don't vaccinate your dogs against parvovirus, they will all die. And it's a sanitation problem. So I urge people, if you you are afraid of those excreta from dogs, then don't keep dogs. You can't have your pie and eat it. You must choose either to keep your dogs clean or not to have dogs at all. Remember, we talked about animal freedom, and freedom from discomfort is actually the second freedom. And animals should not be denied. And you see, sometimes in Africa, we don't value animals. You saw what happened to that player who hit a cat. He was fined a lot of money, and there was actually calling for his sacking because people value animals. We don't seem to.
And talk about freedom of animals. I also want you to free your body from diseases, and one way to do that is to make sure that you take clean water. And right about now, I'm giving you Regis Premium Water. This is a product you need to keep taking just to make sure that your body is healthy and there is good circulation of blood flow. You can improve that by taking water, and the water you need to take is Regis Premium Water. So, Dr. Karanja, let's talk about some of the challenges you face maybe in the industry. I know you've been there for quite some time.
One, the biggest challenge is insincere farmers. Farmers, at some point, they are very insincere when you're dealing with them. And that have a bad effect on them, not to us. Because sometimes, especially, you'll see a vet after maybe getting into the field, he will be very good. But after some time, he's taken advantage of by the farmers. And he will turn out to be a bad person. One, there are some farmers who don't pay. There are some farmers whom are very insincere. They will call me today, I go do something good for them. Tomorrow they call another vet, they start telling the vet how bad I am. And sometimes what the farmers don't know is us in the professions, we work as a team. And once we realize one farmer is trying to be insincere, so we blacklist them. And sometimes you will not get the best services. Because when you call me, a cow is on heat. And I know I will come today, maybe tomorrow you will not call me. You'll call another one, or maybe you do something. And I find maybe it's not yet time. I need to go and come back maybe after some time. I will choose the shorter route and serve your cow, and maybe it does not conceive. And then you'll bring me and it's
But is it that unethical though?
Yeah, it's unethical, but you have pushed me to that. Because as much as we are in the profession, for instance, 70% of veterinarians in Kenya are in private practice. And you know, when you are in private practice, it's what you get at that day that counts. So sometimes farmers push us to be unethical. Actually, those farmers who are very good to us, sometimes we do that. Sometimes you charge them for transport only, because you know when something happens tomorrow, you get something from him. But then if we know you are sick and dishonest, most probably we won't get the best services. We are also humans.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned something interesting about 70% of the veterinarians being private or being in private practice. Is it because the government doesn't offer them jobs, or there are no opportunities for such career?
What happens, the government used to employ all vets until up to around 1990 when the government could not handle. And therefore, through a policy paper, they said that the only function of the government will be disease surveillance and vaccination. And the other functions of treatment and AI will be taken care of by the private. Since then, we have not changed. The county governments came, we thought things will change because they have the resources. But instead of counties looking more in animal health, they rushed to AI.
Maybe it's because it's the easier one to do for them.
It's a populist move, AI. And then when they started giving AI, if you followed very well, since the county governments came, the most infectious diseases in cattle that cause serious outbreaks are foot and mouth and lumpy skin disease. Since the county governments came, that those diseases have devastated farmers because they forgot their main role was surveillance and vaccinations and rushed to AI. So they denied the Department of Veterinary Services the voice and the resources to do the vaccinations, and that's where we are now.
I want you to look into that camera and address maybe the government on that issue. Maybe they could hear your voice.
I will tell the county governments, your basic role is on helping farmers based on disease surveillance and vaccinations. They cause more devastating results than a farmer paying 1,000 or 2,000 for AI. And remember, insemination is done to a cow once per year, and it's meant for production. And so actually the difference you make to farmers is 400 shillings on the AI, and then his cow goes down with foot and mouth disease. He loses the cow, he loses production because he prioritized on saving him 400 shillings. I would urge the county governments to focus on disease surveillance and vaccinations. We have programs, the vaccination programs and strategies from the ministry. Follow them to the letter, and we will avoid those diseases that devastate animals. For AI, you can leave to private before you get organized. Once you get organized, partner with private people.
I also want you to look into that camera and to talk to that one person who is listening to us and thinking, my dog is no longer a pet animal, it is a security kind of animal. However, I want you to look into them and tell them the importance of animal health.
I want to tell farmers, if you just keep animals for the sake of it, kindly look for a buyer or someone to give, because animals, they have feelings. They need to be kept well. They need to be fed well. They need to be housed well. They need to be saved from distress and stress, and they should be fed very, very well. If you can't feed your animals, don't keep them. For whatever purposes you keep them for, keep your animals well, give them the best care they can. Don't rush to slaughter a cow because it's not eating well. Take care of it.
Wow. Don't rush to slaughter a cow. Don't rush to slaughter a chicken because it's not doing well. Take care of it. Before we wind up, I know a lot of people don't know that there are laws governing the animals that we live in and those that we don't live with, that is the forest animals. So kindly maybe enlighten them on what could happen, especially those ones living where they are bordering forests. Yeah.
I will start with the animals that we keep. There are laws preventing you from being cruel to them. There is an act, Cruelty Against Animals Act. For instance, if you have an animal and you are not feeding it well, you can be taken to court and be jailed if maybe for those people who have maybe done case and you beat them, you are liable and you can be taken to court and be charged or even be jailed. There are also laws that govern the sale of veterinary drugs. There are those people who have shops in the villages, and you sell dewormers, you sell acaricides, no, you are doing it against the law, and you can be arrested and be taken to court. There are those people who purport to be doing some funny business there. There are those people who go around with hacksaws and dehorning cows. Yes, there are those people who even have some drugs, multivitamins, going around injecting cows. Know that you are doing it against the law. It's just a matter of time, as I told you. The body that regulates profession is a bit young, it doesn't have enough resources. It will catch you. You won't do it forever. So for those people who are having dewormers in their shops, let that be the last batch you are selling. Because soon and very soon, you will be arrested, you will be taken to court, you will be charged more money than you get from those things you are selling. Let the veterinarians who are knowledgeable, who are vetted, who are registered by the board, do that work. It won't harm you.
Wow, beautiful. So that's it for the day. It's been a good conversation about animal health here on Morning Dew, the section Let's Talk with Verimu. Don't go too far. I'm coming back with Kelvin. This is the Morning Dew show. I was having Oreste Karanja Kuria, who is a veterinarian, just giving us insights about animal health. It's a broad conversation. We cannot wind it up in one kind of topic. However, I hope when I invite you again, you'll find time. Yeah, so much. Thank you so much for creating the time. So that's it. Join us after this short commercial break. Remember to keep your body healthy, and one of the many ways to keep your body healthy is to take water. And today I introduced to you Regis Premium Water. It's the water is crystal clear with a classy bottle, so make sure you grab one as you head out for the day, and I'm sure by the end of the day you realize that it was the perfect choice of a drink. Coming back after a break.
There are machines that quietly slip into our dreams. We think about them either consciously or unconsciously. We see them out of the corner of our eyes. Symbols of status the world over. They are the objects of our desire. Cars. We all want to own them for one reason or the other. Here on Accelerate, we give you as many details as you could possibly need to make an informed decision on the cars available to you. We look at the seemingly ugly, the drop-dead gorgeous buju, the brand new, the striking classics, and so much more. Join Calvin Mongai on Accelerate every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted, but with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in a time. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss On Board Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
we bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mogo and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Mtazamaji, huu ni ukurasa mpya. Wahenga walinena, mbiu ya mgambo ikilia.
Kuna jambo.
Kweli, kuna jambo. Kwa habari kemkem na za kuaminika.
Kwa matukio mbalimbali hapa nchini.
Ulimwenguni na za spoti pia. Ungana nami Edmond Modime.
Pamoja nami Faith Nzai.
Nami Joseph Ngeti.
Huu ni mwanzo mpya. Kumbuka, Jimbi atawika Jimbi. Awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika Jimbi. Awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika Jimbi. Awikapo atawika.
Hello good people, I am Pauline Kamau. I have an eye and an ear for talent. I come to your hood and sniff out those talents, as raw as it may be. So kama uko na talanta, endelea kuivisha mpaka mimi mwenyewe niuse. So, mkipawa roho. Welcome back once again. This is the morning dew show here at Daesak TV. We've had an interesting conversation about animal health with Daktari Kariuki Kuria. And I've learned something. I've learned that you really need to take good care of your animals, especially those that we keep for food products, so that you can also be healthy.
Well, that's a conversation I would want to hear more about, but all
Looking to unwind after a long day? Let's unwind together on Recap as we interact with fun guests.
Unanipea mimi Masai Musimu, unanipea wadudu. Wadudu wanakuangalia macho.
Discuss trending stories.
How do you explain to your wife that babe nilikuwa nimeenda kazi nikarudi kama nimepigwa ngumi?
And reveal peculiar memes.
I'm not a thief. I don't support theft.
Acha tuvunje mifupa kama bado meno iko.
Shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, hey, shake, shake, viuno. Nakukaribisha mpenzi mtazamaji ndani ya Shake Shake, kipindi cha muziki wa rumba ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness, na mimi Mama Afrika Elombe Mwasi. Hey, mambo yako sawa, na tunakuletea rumba. Tutakuwa tunakuletea rumba asili, rumba ya injili. Tutakuwa tunakuchezea sukus, tutakuchezea mutwas, pia chacho mtazamaji. Tutakuletea muziki yote kutoka Kongo, kwa sababu hii ni Shake Shake ndani ya Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Kila siku ya Jumapili saa 8 hadi saa 10 mtazamaji.
Welcome to the biggest show gracing your screens.
I'm Justin, but you can call me Justo.
My name is DJ Case Kenya.
I am Miss Nara, and this is the D Corner. Every Monday to Friday from 5 to 7 p.m, get ready to experience a new kind of programming. We bring you an action-packed, rib-cracking show. We keep you up to date with all your local and international celebrities on Catch Up. Sit back and relax as DJ Case Kenya plays all your favorite hits from across the globe. We care about your well-being, so we'll discuss all matters lifestyle, from nutrition to health and fitness, from business to education. There is something for everyone. Get to know more about your favorite celebrities as we talk to them one-on-one. Join us on Real Talk, where we tackle real issues facing the youth with lots of laughs along the way. Only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. You've got to love it.
Culture constructs a sense of who we are as a society, as an individual, or as a nation, whereas art influences society by changing opinions, instilling values, and translating experience across time and space. Art transforms the world. Join me, Boni Gaidori, as I bring to you the craft in art and culture. Only at Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
We run.
Welcome back. Many thanks for staying tuned to Daesak TV, the morning dew show. And it's been a good morning. We've had lots of discussions. Sorry for the technical hitch, but we are back, and we've had an interesting conversation about animal health. And just as I was telling you earlier, I've learned that you need to really take good care of your animals, especially those that give us food products, so that you can make sure that you can be making sure that you're eating healthy. And one keynote: if you can't take care of your animal, don't keep it, sell it.
Oh, wow. Well, we also did have quite the conversation on hotspot, and I think these bottles of Regis premium water came in handy at that time, because we needed to drink a lot of it to ease some of the fire that was on set. We did get a bit of feedback, which is what I want to read out to you.
feedback and welcome any comment, query, or complaint regarding our programs. Get in touch with us on 0724 121 812 or email complaints@daesaktv.com. You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
In 16th February 2005, the Kyoto Protocol came into force following
we have a good deployment. 34 degrees, 11.92. 120 degrees, 35.15.
Okay, the whale we're tracking down is to the east of us. We're going to move 2 miles in that direction, and we'll probably put in